Hello, Substack. How are you doing on this fine Sunday here? At least where I am, roughly midday, and very excited to see the markets opening. In like 12 hours or so, maybe yeah, like 10 hours. You have the futures opening. Um, I will give you my view on this week, what to expect, what I'm looking at, which levels, all that good stuff, and basically, yeah, have a good time here. We will go to the 2 hourly, I think, for most parts, because 2 hourly, you can see here, this is the 2 hourly chart, and this is covering like 2 months. So, silver, what a weekly close, weekly, end of the week here we had on Friday, up 6%, short squeeze to the max here, by the way. Um, Two things can happen. Again, two things can happen here, in my opinion. We ought to see the retest because, it's a short squeeze, forced sellers, excuse me, forced buyers, all that good stuff. If the shorts are done covering, I don't think they are, because when and if, when silver moves, I mean, there's so many shorts in silver that, I would be surprised that this is the end. So we might not even see the retest. But for me, importantly, if we ought to look at levels, I want to see, again, 52.5 hold. Again, if we ought to do like a little bit of a, retest here, I want to see it hold, and then we're going to go again. So 32.5 is definitely, you know, the level to look for. I mean, anything about that, there's not much more to look to measure against, really. We have been taking out all, the big levels that I've been watching, and so yeah, I mean, I'm only looking at the downside level there. Other than that, it could go bananas. I mean, that's all I'm saying here. It could go bananas, really. We could be, again, not saying that it is, but we could easily be. Let's say we have, I mean, we could easily do like a 10% week right here. I said it. Gold again. It it just keeps continuing. But if I were to give like a little bit of a line to look for, it's this one here, the 45-year trend line. This one here goes back, as mentioned, 45 years. If we can stay above there, I mean, it's all bullish. So gold, I'm not too worried about. It's just a slow grind upwards here. You can see that again. We have this parabola going on here. Again, it's not drawn perfectly. At some point in time, we're probably going to see like a snapback, and then we can actually go again. But for now, it's climbing, climbing, climbing. So again, if I were to give you like a level that is somewhat important to hold, it's roughly somewhere between 2,600 and like 75 or so, right? I mean, that would be ideal to hold. The gold to silver ratio, I think, has begun collapsing, and that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That's all. That is also why silver could do like a 10% week, if not more. Again, when I did that calculation, I said like, okay, 2% per day. I know I said that's roughly 10%. I know it's more, but again, and if we could easily see more. The reason is we are breaking. Boom. That's the first one, and now we go again. Look at the candle there, by the way. Absolutely amazing. Um, so if we ought to see the retest in silver, I mean, that's when we could retest again the lower side of that one there. So yeah, the momentum really has to keep it going, right? We have Bollinger expansion on the daily. This is beautiful. Everything is in between here. As you can see, we have all the moving averages. So if we start to collapse here, that could be the start of something mega here. One thing to note, again, one thing to note is that we have this blue bad boy here. Uh, a smaller, part of the overall system, or the overall price action, and the big one here is definitely in charts, and we have broken down. That is the most important thing, really. Again, Friday was just beautiful when it comes to price action on the gold to silver ratio. So um, beautiful. The Dixie have actually come quite far after we broke that little squeeze there in October. We've been rallying ever since. We're about to lose the little uptrend here that we have. So we have a little uptrend there. We're about to lose that, it seems. You can see we are peaking below, also taking out, the low there. So I'm expecting downside here for the Dixie if we really start to break that trend line there, which we are. But again, I need to get us below like 103.4. Then I think we are going to see more downside during the week for the Dixie. Bitcoin here is also playing with the, a big bullish breakout, peaking above that pennant. Again, if we can do like that, maybe we haven't broken if we really go wick to wick. So it is toying with a breakout, and you can see here for the week, we have to get above, again, the trend line here at roughly 68, 69. And then we have the big higher high over here at 90, 70. So it needs to break here, then we can rally. If not, then we could be rolling over. So 69 is definitely a level to watch for the beloved Bitcoin. Cool. The QQQ. I have this view here. So before we go into the QQQ, the tech sector, again, if you want to follow me, on X, usually INV, and for YouTube, again, I hope you are following me already. And if you want, as I say all the time, more detailed stuff on uranium, gold, silver, platinum, oil, and crypto, when and if that really goes to show itself as well, you should follow me on the Substack, the beautiful, lovely Substack. Let's see here. I want to go to the daily on the QQQ. So we had a big break of a 2-year trend line here, and you can see ever since we've basically been in this kind of structure going on here. So until proven otherwise, I'm expecting a slow grind, and that's also for next week. I'm expecting a slow grind. If we break this one here during the week, which I don't think we will, but if we do, again, basically getting below like 484 roughly, that would be really bearish. USD is very weird at the moment. I have deleted a ton of stuff here. We had some breakage here, right? Breakdown, retesting. So it seems like, until proven otherwise, that gold is going to break down. Could it be this week? It could. We are only like 5% away. So again, if we start to drop below here, roughly 65, very bearish. Going to the 2-hourly, if we are to have a bullish view, there is a little, not picture perfect, but there is a little falling wedge pattern going on here, or like a channel, depending, right? So and right now we are at the lows of that channel. So again, if we can start to rally and move, there should be a decent move to like 70 potentially if we stay within this little bull flag here. So, but oil is really weird right now. I have to say. Everything has been removed. We have one line on the chart. Why do we have that? Because that is right now the only thing that is important. This is the weekly, by the way. Breakout, retest, resumption. Miners, the gold miners looks incredibly good. What to expect for the week? I mean, I'm expecting more upside, really. Yeah, that's really the case. More upside for the miners, just grinding it higher. I'm not seeing much downside there, to be honest. Still the miners, look at the break here, the weekly break right here, the breakout, the retest, the resumption. I am looking upwards for this. Ton of volume here last Friday, the final break. So again, looking for more upside. You can see there's a little bit of a high going on there, but still overall, in the grand scheme of things here, a ton of volume. It seems like it wants to go higher during this week as well. Uranium, the spot price, still within the channel here. We can go to the daily and have a look. So we tagged the lower trend line here, and then we rallied, and now we just, if we really want to go short term, again, this might be a little bit too premature, but again, we had a big rally here from like 78 to 83, and this could be a tiny bull flag, but again, it's so premature that is probably a bit too biased to say. But as long as we can hold like 83 here, it is extremely bullish, and I'm having a lot more upside views than downside views for the week. URNM, uranium miners, is kicking into gear. That's beautiful. you can see here we are above the 2021 highs with a big weekly candle, and we can go down to the 2 hourly to see if there might be some. We are heavily oversold here, so I could actually expect to go sideways for the week. Um, if there's anything we can maybe do like this, so we are within this lovely green uptrend channel right there. So potentially some sideways action going on here, but again, we could also see a move to like 56 during the week here. A 1 monthly uptrend here, beautiful. Uranium looks very strong, by the way. The 10-year rates here, ever since we broke like 3.7 down here, it has been up, up, up. And looking at the 2 hourly, you can also see that we are potentially, I say potentially because it's very premature, building a teeny weeny bull flag here. So to me, bit difficult to say, but if this really is the case with regarding to the bull flag, again, I'm expecting some sideways chop here. Unless we can clear, the upside, then it's a different story. But we could see some sideways and then down into the late of the week. Palladium, had a 4% on Friday. I'm seeing only upside here, in my opinion. Again, we had the red channel break here, the retest, the bull flagging. I mean, there's a lot of things going on here. I'm expecting a very good attempt of breaking the big ceiling that is 1010. That's the final, bull signal that I have in order to have this bottom in place for Palladium. When that happens, we could start to see the moves into, again, 1600s. Again, that's not this week, but I'm expecting more upside during the week here. There is actually a little bit of double top going on there, so maybe that was a little bit too premature, and we have come a long way. So long term, soon to be very bullish, but again, maybe this week we might be in for a little bit of sideways chop here before potentially going higher. Platinum here. Also really constructive chart here. We had the wedge pattern break, the retest. And if we can clear the previous high at like 1016, then I'm expecting a big test of the 1050, which is the big go, 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 go level for platinum. The reason is, as you know, or if you don't, then this is my view here. Inverted head and shoulders into a bull flag, gonna go higher. This is very similar to gold, by the way, before it broke out, 2075, but with a slight sloping angle. But if we could drag this one up to here and have the price action follow, it would be, I think, identical. Copper here, also very weird. I can see you have to adjust some lines here because it has updated a bit here. So we have to adjust it there. Then we can do like this. That's probably it. Yep, that's better. So the $4, the 4.3 held. We are trying to break. A bullish level to look for copper for the week is above 4.4 here, and bearish is if we get below 4.35. Anything in between here is basically neutral. So, but we are breaking this wedge pattern. At least we are trying to, and confirming is to get above there, and then we got higher highs and higher lows. TTF, that is the Dutch natural gas, could be a week where we have a major buy signal for an ad gas. The Dutch one, that is. We can see it here, beautiful. And we are basically testing. We're not getting rejected hard by any means. And we are actually bull flagging on the 2 hourly here, if I'm not mistaken. Not the best bull flag, but you can see here we have some sort of squeeze going on there. And again, if we can break and basically get above roughly, if we were to give it a little bit like 41 here, 40, 41, then all of a sudden we can have some big moves for gas. If we can't break through and we basically lose this upsloping here, then we are going to look for more downside for the week. But given the view here, we could potentially be breaking, very, very shortly. So that is pretty cool. Coal is also interesting. The reason is, again, right now, we haven't been breaking through the big 150, 53. So I'm thinking that we're probably gonna, chop a little bit downwards during the week here. Nothing major is going to happen unless we can clear it, very quickly. Then, getting above 154, 53 should start, a big move up here for coal. But I don't think it will happen during this week. It doesn't look ready, maybe. It seems like it wants to drift lower here, hopefully making a higher low, and then it can go. So yeah, that's all. That is my view for next week. I'm very interested in platinum, silver, obviously, gold, and the miners. They are really, really could be setting up for a big week here after, the big breakout for silver getting above 32.5. That was massive. The gold to silver ratio seems to be collapsing. What else do we have here? Platinum again, uh, charging towards that 1050. It's not too shabby. Again, guys, if you like the content, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And daily updates is on the Substack. So have a great day, guys. Stay safe. Bye.